Welcome back to another brand new video, my friends. So today it is a good day because we'll be preparing the brine shrimp, right, for our first feeding of the betta fry. So these are probably covered. I don't want to disturb them because the father is still caring for the fry. They're not still free swimming. They will be free swimming on the next day, which means today I will have to prepare the brine shrimp. And guys, this video will be basically about this preparing this brine shrimp, and actually I just brought an update about my betta fry. So today's video is mainly focused on how to prepare the brine shrimp. So since this is really important, this is the first feeding of your betta fry, it's really important. So it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be really fun. So I will be preparing the brine shrimp right now. So let's get on to the video. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, I will be using chlorinated water. So this water doesn't contain a lot of chlorine, it's chlorine free. And here we have a bottle which is cut in half. So this is the top part. I'm using the top part because when we keep it and when we put the airway, the oxygen circulation will go so much, and the brine shrimp eggs which you add to this will also rotate and they will start moving, right? So when the eggs, guys, remember this, right? The hatch rate depends on this. So it's mostly a good advantage if you're using a bottle like this, because when this is right there, this is like the down part is like this. When you put the airway, all of the eggs starts like going here and there due to the oxygen circulation. So make sure you choose a top part of this cutted bottle. And guys, here also we have another empty container, so I will be replacing this thing like that. And here we have some salt. So salt, probably I gotta say guys, use salt which doesn't contain iodine, because iodine can probably, I mean, it's not that harmful, but it is much better to use salt which doesn't has iodine. This is completely an iodized salt. And next we have the brine shrimp. And next up we will also needing a pump, an oxygen pump, because we need an airway for this brine shrimp to hatch. Okay, so first of all, what I'm gonna do is put this chlorinated water into this. And guys, the water level is also really important. Don't add water too much, because if you add too much, probably the eggs will of course fall from these, because guys, there is a high pressure going on when we add the airway. Okay, so this water will be really enough. And next up is we should add the salt. So guys, this is really important. I will be adding only 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Right, if you're using a tablespoon, use 1 tablespoon. Since I have a teaspoon, I will be adding only 1.5. So there we add it. There you go. Okay guys, so the amount of salt is really important. If you add a lot amount of salt, it will probably not work. So let me just add a little bit of water, since the water is not that level. So let me just add the water to here. Alright guys. Okay guys, so let's keep this aside. Okay guys, so since the water is probably filled, we have to add this airway, the oxygen airway. I tied a rock because to give some force so that this will sit on the bottom. So we'll be adding this, keeping this thing like this. Okay guys, so you have to let this process happen for about 10 minutes until the salt is very well dissolved to this water. So let this process happen, and the water must be really well conditioned. So let me just see you guys after about 10 minutes.
Few moments later.
Alright guys, so it's been after 10 minutes. So this process is probably happening, and we have the brine shrimp right here. The oxygen is probably set to low. Let me just increase guys. If the oxygen circulation is probably very high, there will be an increased chance that most of the eggs are gonna be hatched in your brine shrimp. So remember to keep your oxygen at the maximum level. So as you guys can see, we need a high concentration of water. The water movement speed must be really high. So let me just add a little bit. Since I have little amount of fry, I will be adding a pinch, right? I'm not gonna add so much. This will be probably enough. Let me just add it. Alright guys, so we added the brine shrimp which is required for us. Let me just store this for our next breeding fry for our betta fish. Okay, so as you guys can see, there are a little bit tiny particles. I think you might can now see. Let me just decrease this one. Okay, so I guess you guys can now see. Alright guys, so the brine shrimp is probably added to this, so let me just show you. Alright guys, so the brine shrimp is probably added to the Alright guys, so the brine shrimp is probably added to this. Alright guys, so you guys might now see I have an aquarium light right here. So I'm using this because brine shrimp gets attracted to light. So it's really important you have a light installed in your brine shrimp hatchery. So probably I will be sticking it to like somewhere in this tank and bringing this thing closer to that, so my brine shrimp will hatch. Let me just install it right there. Alright guys, so now the light is probably installed. So as you guys can see, I have probably stick it to the tank. So let me just bring it to a lower level. Okay guys, so probably that's the way which we want, because light is really important guys. If you add the light, probably they will get attracted, the brine shrimp will be attracted to the light, and also you can actually get a high hatching rate. So the light is important. So guys, remember what are the things we added here. We add some salt, but also that in an equal amount, and we need this bottle, and we need some dechlorinated water, and we need a light, and we need oxygen pump. We only need 5 things, right? Some salt, an empty bottle, dechlorinated water, and an oxygen pump, and the brine shrimp eggs, and this light. So it's really important that you do that in the steps which I mentioned. If you do that, you will probably obtain better results. So as you guys can see, there are some particles which are moving here and there. So guys, those are the brine shrimp eggs, right? As you guys can see. So guys, we will be leaving this for about 24 hours, which means the next day I will be making the brand new video about feeding the fry by introducing them their first food. So stay tuned for that guys. So stay tuned for that. I will be bringing that video as soon as possible. So guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guys. If you did enjoy, make sure that subscribe button, hit the like button guys, hit the notification bell, so that you will be notified on my next new video about feeding those Betta fry. So that's it guys, so stay subscribed. So see you guys on my next video guys. Peace, have a nice day.